Is this just a mathematical trick to make an infinite series sum to a finite number? Yeah, actually, yes. Can you then backpedal and somehow rationalize this trick to say, yes, it actually is true of the universe? This is what we'll do now. Okay? A joke. Read this joke. And tell me what's funny about it. Think about it. So these guys are, in case you need people to explain jokes to you, you're one of those people. So they're going through some desert, southern desert, and then they're obviously very thirsty. These guys, they finally see like a nice little water fountain, right? And one guy starts desperately trying to drink, and this guy in the back says, now just hold on your horses, everyone. Let's let it run for a minute or so, and see if it gets any colder. Is this funny at all to any of you? If you ever do this, you would be dead most of the time in the desert. Think about why is this funny. Then think of the following thing. Remember, how many of you ever bought a lottery ticket in your life? First of all, you are the reason. This is, as somebody said, I'm sorry, somebody said lottery tickets are a tax on stupidity. Let that be what it is. But having bought the lottery ticket, because it requires a certain amount of, I am the chosen one. Expectations are for bozos like the rest of you. Okay, but having bought the lottery one, so any of you won? See, so here's the thing. So I don't know. So I happen to know how lotteries work. I'm not going to tell you how to cheat, but so when you win the lottery, they normally say whatever the Arizona lottery, $13 million. That may not be enough. Maybe $1.7 billion. That's not a big. Anyway, whatever. Let's say $1.7 billion. And in the small print, after you win, you take a big enough bag and try to walk and say, get me 1.7 billion. They say, oh, this is a small print. The small print is, either we'll give you 3 million per year for infinite number of years, or we'll give you actually like $40 million lump sum. You see what I'm saying? So that 1.3 billion is with the expectation that you'll only take yearly payment. And when people win the lottery, some people actually take the lump sum payment. Some take yearly payments. I seem to know a lot about these lottery people for a guy who thinks lottery is such stupid, but it's true. Okay, so my question is the following thing. You don't know what is, you can't quite tell. If you were to win a lottery, you may know yourself whether you will take lump sum or yearly payment. So this guy is saying lump sum. Okay, so here's my question. Forget about, I think this guy is in Tempe and he still wants a lump sum payment. But suppose you're in Aleppo. Aleppo happens to be a city in Syria. A hugely war torn right now. The city may or may not exist tomorrow. And in the middle of this, you won a lottery. Right? And they're saying, you can either take it lump sum or take it once every year. And obviously, if you take lump sum, you're losing money. You're leaving money on the table. With respect to the interest rates. Because the stock market might go down and the lottery commission has to still give you this much money every year. If you're in Aleppo, what would you do? Take the lump sum and get the hell out of it. Aleppo may not exist tomorrow. Do you see what I'm saying? So what is happening in both these cases? So here you're assuming the world doesn't exist. So what I get today is what I get. This is kind of what happens when lights go off in New York City. People think there may not be any tomorrow. What I get is what I get. Let's just break into all the shops and get the stuff and be done with it. And then light come out, and then you see them actually taking the TVs and right? Okay. So these guys are actually thinking that the world is going down, and they're doing one particular kind of rational thing. Here, who is rational? Actually, there is rationality is modulated on how much future reward is worth to you with respect to a current reward. So the simple question I have is, if I tell you I'll give you $10 now, or $10,000, 10,000 years from now, which one would you take? Instead of 10,000 years, 1,000 years. Instead of 1,000 years, 500 years. Instead of 500 years, 20 years. Instead of 20 years, 2 years. Instead of 2 years, $10 now or $10,000 at the end of the class. Some bozos will still say, you're going on and on, I don't know when the heck is this class going to give me $10, I'm Ramos. Right? So the point I'm trying to make is it is a individual preference. In particular, the beta value that we are saying can be seen as the discount factor can be interpreted as how much future reward is worth to you in current dollars. So if you, in epochs are number of years, then let's say beta is let's say 0.5, then $10 5 years from now is 0.5 power 5 times $10 now. You see what I'm saying? So the beta is between 0 and 1. If it is closer to 1, that means you really believe that the world will exist for quite a long time. If beta is closer to 0, you think it's all Aleppo. And you know what is the sign? You know, there is this question of canaries in the coal mine, right? They send the canaries into the coal mine to see whether or not it's safe, etc. So, you know what is the greatest sign that the world, according to some people, will still be around? Graduate students. Because if you think the world is going to end, after primary school, you take up a job. If you think it may not end right away, maybe a couple of years later, high school, you stop and take a rest. Graduate students are the most optimistic about the world actually being there. And they're done with their PhD. So it's true that AI is extremely hard, Google is giving money, but if I take another 10 years and complete this great PhD, I'm sure there'll be high quality money left. You see what I'm saying? Don't laugh. As long as, so in Aleppo there are no graduate students. In Tempe there are. Graduate students tell you that the world is going to be there. So finally, all I'm saying essentially is that the infinite horizon, this is the last slide you'll get to see, that you essentially discount with beta, between 0 and 1, the future rewards. So a reward of Rs, t steps from now, will become beta power t Rs for now. So when you are backing up, you are having these betas walking around you. This makes the summations infinite. This makes the finite horizon policy, value computation, and the policy computation still work, even though you are actually doing infinite horizon. It's just that the middle values are useless. And we stop as soon as the difference between two vectors becomes less than. And even though this is a mathematical trick, actually you can make sense of it reasonably well in the way humans work in the world. Because we tend to discount future with respect to current. Okay? We'll stop here, we'll complete the infinite horizon next class and then move on to reinforcement learning. How to do that?
Red button? Who wears the red button?